All right, hello there, YouTube. It's I don't know, about 4 in the afternoon, 4:30ish in the afternoon. The sun has finally gotten to a point where I can be, where I can comfortably be outside and not have to worry about a burn. So we're out here. My son was nice enough today. He cut the lawn because he knew that he had to do it. So he cut the lawn, and you can see we got a nice solid layer of green grass, new green grass on the compost here. Underneath it, you can see there's all the shredded paper. I've got a lot of vegetable matter in there, a lot of refuse from the garden. But today, what I'm gonna tell you guys about with this is so the way I do this when I add a new layer like this, I try to do it after I have turned it, like 2 or 3 days after I've turned the layers that are in there. So knowing that my son was going to cut the lawn today, I came out and turned it over, and so all he'd have to do is put the grass on top of it. So about 3 days ago, I turned everything over, got everything wet down nice so that it'll start breaking down into the humus that it'll make, the really nice dark brown dirt. And what I'm doing now, this is what I do after whenever I add a green layer like this, I come out and I bring this here. No, that is not my pee. I wouldn't put that up. I wouldn't subject anybody to seeing that. But that is a gallon of water with 3 tablespoons of maple syrup in it. Now, it has to be the real maple syrup because it's a sugar, and you shake it up, which I'm doing, as you can see, ineffectually with my left hand. But just get it all shaken up and then pour it liberally over it. Now, what this is going to do is all of the sugars from the maple syrup and it's dissolved in water, they're gonna flow down into the grass. Now the grass is newly cut; it's freshly cut, and all of the bacteria that are released and that are on the grass and start consuming the grass after it's cut. A bottle full of water and maple syrup that's like go-go juice to them, and it is. So what I'm gonna do is you just pour it over the entire pile like that. And you don't have to get the entire thing wet. You just have to get like the center of it and go out like this. You know, I mean, you guys can figure out how to pour this stuff on your compost, but get it all in there. And then what I like to do is I take the shredded paper and I just kind of layer it over the top of it to seal in the freshness. When I used to work on one of the ambulances, there was a guy, whenever we'd get a really nasty, smelly patient, we'd wrap them up. You always wrapped them up in sheets to try and contain the smell. But he would always say, "Oh, we're going to seal in the freshness." And that's what we're doing here. And it's kind of the same thing. This shredded paper acts as a good carbon layer. And ideally, you want to have a lot more carbon than that if you're doing a regular compost. But because I'm doing it where I use my urine in it, it really breaks down quickly, and it doesn't need as much carbon. It needs a lot more green. And this is kind of the ratio that works for me. I think I've talked about that before. You just shred all the circulars and the bills and stuff that you get. You know, you put everything on an online pay automatically, but they still send you paper all the time, and you're gonna throw it out, whatever. Just shred it, all the junk mail. Just shred it, put it in here, and that's really about it. Just a quick compost video, and this is the procedure that I use. So pile about doubled today, so we're happy with that. Tomorrow I add the other thing that I did a video about, and I probably turn it 2 days from now, from tomorrow. So 3 days from now I'll be turning it. So there you go. I hope wherever you are, you're comfortable and that God is with you. Thank you.